Back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. And we're, of course, continuing our interviews with the Kulwicki Driver Development finalists. Of course, we've talked to 6 of them, and now here's the last one that we haven't talked to yet. Haeden Plybon, of course, from the great state of Washington. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Okay, so first off, talk about, I know the announcement's been out for a few weeks now, but what's it like to be a finalist?
It's a pretty cool opportunity. I'm glad I was chosen. I wasn't too sure if I would have been. I had my fingers crossed the whole month waiting to see the finalists. Pretty glad I got chosen and hope to represent Allen and the Kulwicki name good all year long.
Okay, so let's go ahead and introduce yourself. How you got into racing? Just talk about yourself for a second.
I started racing when I was 4 years old. I started in dirt go-karts locally here at this track called Sunset Speedway. My dad raced before me. He used to race 4 cylinders a lot and some late model stuff, but he kind of died down when I started doing it and just focused on me mostly. Moved up to Bandoleros at age 8, raced those till I was about 12. And then that's when I got into Legends and won a championship. And then at 14, almost 15, moved into the pro late models at State Line Speedway. Raced those for a couple of years, just kind of learning the car and all the stuff that goes into it and finding the right help and everything. Then just recently, like last year, we started getting to the super late model stuff, but this year we really are hitting it hard and doing a lot more super late model races.
Yeah, for sure. I know you haven't started your racing schedule yet, but what have you been up to since the last few weeks?
We've been focused on doing a couple less things to the cars. We thought we were way ahead, and then we are missing some parts. We ordered an engine a couple months back, but it still hasn't showed up. And we ordered another chassis from Hamke, which should be here at the end of the month. So right now we only have one car, and it was supposed to be a pro late model, but we never got our engine for it. So we had to put a big open motor in it. So that's what we've been really focused on the last couple of weeks, is getting that set up and everything for my first race, which was this last weekend at the Fall Classic at Tri-Cities Raceway in Washington. And yeah.
What is it like being from the Pacific Northwest?
It's cool. I'd much rather live back east and be able to race a lot more with some bigger names and everything, but it's still fun. It's definitely different. I went to the All-American 400 in October to watch, and it's definitely a different ball game over there. They take it really serious, and the competition over there is like no other. And I'd love to race a couple times over there this year.
Yeah. But, being from that area, there's a lot of races out in that area. I mean, 2 states down from you. It's pretty competitive down there in California too.
Yeah. We'd like to go to California. We just don't have the right engines, Yeah,
for sure. So kind of talk about like, I know you still go to public school. I know that takes up a lot of your time as well. And do you have a shop that you work out at? Is your shop at home or something, or do you?
We live in a neighborhood, so we don't really have enough room for our own shop. But my crew chief, Kevin Richards, he typically keeps the cars at his house. So I try to go out there as much as possible. He lives about a half an hour away. So it's hard because I got a day job right now at Pizza Hut delivering pizzas. And with school, it makes it pretty hard. But now that racing's starting back up, I'll probably dive back on the Pizza Hut and start working on the car more.
I mean, pizza delivery drivers can make a way into racing. Just ask Andy Jankowiak. So, I mean, what's it like managing all that? Because, you're trying to start a racing career and you're picking up a little extra money on the side as well.
Yeah, it's definitely busy. It's hard to find time for everything. So it definitely makes it hard. But now that I got accepted in the Kulwicki program, I'll probably try to focus on that a lot more and put more of my time into that and social media and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of going into that, I know that. Who are your racing heroes growing
up? Probably my dad or Owen Riddle. He's a local racer here. Or not, he's a local Washington racer. I used to love watching him race. But I think my dad mostly got me into it, just going to the track every weekend with him and watching him kind of really got my spark going.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's kind of get to know you a little bit. Okay, what's your favorite all-time racing moment that you've been in or that you've watched on TV?
My favorite all-time racing moment would have to be last year at the Leonard Evans 150 at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. It was a doubleheader weekend, so they called it a spring sizzler. So that was a pro late model race, which was a Friday night, and I won that race. And then the super late model race, which was Saturday night, I won that one as well. So swept the weekend. It was pretty cool. Me and my team definitely got a lot of motivation from that, and it was a good start to our season last year.
Yeah, for sure. And okay, what is your all-time favorite movie, TV show?
Either typical Days of Thunder or Talladega Nights.
Okay. Have you watched? How many times have you seen Days of Thunder?
6 or 7 times.
Okay.
Over a couple last years.
Okay. All right. Name 3 things people might not know about you.
That's a hard one. I don't really know.
Come on.
I don't know, actually. I got nothing.
You really don't? Oh, okay. All right.
I don't think I can't think of anything right now.
Maybe just some interesting things about you.
Actually, yeah, there's a couple things. I ride dirt bikes every now and then.
Okay.
I like going to the lake and like wake surfing behind our boat,
Nice.
or just I don't got a third one.
Okay. All right. And what are your goals for this year?
Win some races and hopefully take home the Kulwicki Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be big. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not sure. I think you'd be the first person from Washington to win it if you did.
I know I've seen that there hasn't been many finalists from Washington.
So yeah, it's there's not really been and there's not been a lot. You kind of representing an area that hasn't really seen a lot from the Pacific Northwest. So definitely going to be representing that area. The area that made Greg Biffle and Casey Kane famous. So good stuff there. All right, Haeden. When is your next race for people that might be watching this?
It is the 30th and the 1st. So the end of the month on the 30th, and then it's like a 2-day thing. So the 1st at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval.
All right. All right, Haeden. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. And of course, stay tuned with all Kulwicki Driver Development news. And we'll have Haeden and the rest of the drivers on throughout the year.
Thank you. Have a good